I play Ruth in Never Let Me Go. I think I think she might be seen as the baddie of the piece, possibly. I think she's the person that keeps two people who should be together apart. I think that all the characters in the piece sort of represent different aspects of humanity, different sort of emotions, and I think Ruth is completely driven by fear, and I think every single act she makes is guided by the unbelievable fear that she feels all the time. So I actually think she's quite a vulnerable character. I think that she's somebody that doesn't easily say what's on her mind. She's manipulative, but who reacts when is made to feel emotion, when is made to feel insecure, goes into an attack mode. So I thought she was a really fascinating character. The actual love story, as far as I'm concerned, as far as Ruth's concerned, I think Ruth's greatest love is Kathy. And I think actually the whole reason that she goes off with Tommy in the first place is because she's so in love with Kathy as her best friend and cannot handle the idea that Kathy would be in love with anyone else, and so therefore separates the two people, you know. But I think it is. It's literally the jealousy of seeing the person you love in love with someone else. And actually I think that in this case it is in fact Kathy. It's not so much Tommy. I think it's these two best friends, and she can't handle the idea that Kathy doesn't want to be with her. Again, I'm going deeper. You can tell that I've really kind of justified the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, I think that they're best friends. They always have been. They have a very strange relationship. I think, you know, I recognised a lot of, I think female friendships can be tricky, and I think that this one is a very tricky one. It's a manipulative one. It's two people that have grown up with each other since the word go. I mean, they're like siblings who bicker, who piss each other off, who, you know, but nevertheless there is this huge love there. I think they are, as much as any of these characters can ever have family, they are family. As far as the sort of my pseudo-psychoanalysis of the character went, I mean, it did come from the book. It did come from tiny little moments, like it's very much painted in that she has this huge imagination in the book. There's this whole thing where she imagines that she's got these horses, she invents games, and also in the book that she's desperate to be somebody's favourite. There's this whole thing in the book that I don't think is actually in the film, which is all about this teacher who she wants to be loved by, you know. And I thought that was actually a big key in for the character, because it's this girl who is desperate to be loved best by someone, which sort of, and within the rehearsals that we had and just the discussions that me and Kerry and Andrew had on our own, you know, this idea of these people that are brought up without parents and no parental influence whatsoever, and exactly what that does to you, what it does to you to have nobody that loves you best. And I think a lot of Ruth's actions come from that instability of not having love. And so when she sees her two best friends falling in love, the immediate act is to be incredibly jealous of that the focus is off her, and to try and pull it back to her in some way. I think she's played Kathy beautifully. I mean, I think it's a problem. It's very difficult to play. Kathy could be perceived as quite a passive character, and I think when I first read the script, I thought it's a really difficult role to play, and she's managed to fight against that passive thing really, really brilliantly. She's put an edge to her, which I find really interesting, because Kathy isn't a complete innocent. She isn't necessarily a goodie, you know. There's none of them are, I don't think. I mean, obviously Ruth does the biggest crime, but there is something strange about Kathy, and Carey's brought that strangeness out of her, and I thought I was fascinated watching her create this character, you know, because she's worked very hard, and I think she's done a brilliant job.